Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth Duncan-Hawker, the Red Hawk here, and I wanted to share with you today an amazing story of what happened this week. So I'm going to bring on a guest that is a great networking story. You know, I love to have networking stories, and I do my Red Hawk tips, and I love connecting with people, right? Well, what happened a couple of weeks ago is I was actually going to an event. I know, who would have thought, right? And I walk away from the desk for a few moments, and I come back and there's this beautiful woman sitting there, and her name is Nicole Henderson. The funny part about that is that Nicole had been told 2 days before that she actually needed to meet me. So she had connected on social media. So this is a great example where somebody in your sphere can be telling somebody else that they need to connect with you. So we're going to bring on author Nicole Henderson. She wrote Take It Back. So welcome, Nicole.
Hi, how are you, everyone? Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Big audience here. So we're excited to have you today, Nicole, because Take It Back is a book that when you first called yourself a perseverance expert, I wasn't aware of that. I didn't quite understand what that meant. So explain to me what that term means.
Okay, so a perseverance expert is someone who has had numerous years and experience in going through something. So perseverance, you're pushing through. And I've basically been pushing through life since a child living in the projects of New York City. And it's just always carried through. When people hear my story, they're like, how did you get through that? Like, my childhood didn't consist of bullets flying over my head and crackheads, and like, how did you even survive that childhood and have a sound mind today?
And you're smiling. So that, yeah. So for example, I did your book review, and that was one of the comments I made on that, because the book is fabulous. So for the readers, it is available on Amazon.com, right?
Right. It is. Take It Back, your strength, your mindset, your finances.
Yep. And it is dead on target. So it is a quick read. It is packed with powerful information, but it tells a story about the ability to overcome trauma, right? And the ability to be a better version of ourselves, no matter what our upbringings are. And what amazes me when I'm out there doing growth networking as the Red Hawk is that I run into all of these incredible men and women, and they have their face, this is their business face. And what we don't realize is behind them, they've had trauma. They've had things they've suffering from, particularly veterans. I'll run into them in a networking thing, and I'm not even realizing that they're having a PTS moment, that the room is too big. There's too many people here. I don't know what to say, and they're feeling awkward, because I've seen that when I'm training them. So I love how your book weaves that in with a great sense of humor, that people, you got to be real. And that's what I said. It's a real book, right? So where did you get the title? Where did Take It Back come from?
So as a perseverance expert, right? You can't wait for somebody to come and fix you. You have to want to be able to get up and get through life. Life is going to happen. Life is not fair. You are going to have trials and tribulations. Like, you're not going to get away from it. You're not exempt. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter where you were born. You are going to go through something in your life that you have to get through and overcome. So take it back means, yes, you've been wronged in life, but you need to take things back. Your strength, you gave that to someone. I talk about toxic relationships in the book. And you have to literally take your strength back, because you gave someone your all, and even more than your all. And they took it and didn't appreciate it. And you got a lot of what you didn't deserve. But now you have to own your responsibility in that part, and you have to take it back. And then your mindset. We get so distracted, and we set our minds on so many things that are not going to get us through life. And then just having a negative mindset in life, you're not going to ever overcome. You're always going to be the victim. So taking it back is saying, I'm not going to be the victim. And then your finances. When you don't have the correct guidance on your finances, you make a lot of mistakes. especially when you lead with your heart. And that's what the book is about, taking all of that back, putting it in order, your strength, your mindset, and your finances, and so that you can help others.
And so you can help your kids too.
Yes, and I can help my kids.
Yeah, because I'm a mother of 3, and our kids come first. So,
right. And I'm a single mom of 3, and that's exactly my big audience are women, you know, single moms, and even moms that are in relationships and they feel like a single mom because they're doing everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hear that all the time, especially with the entrepreneurs that are out there in the workplaces. And so we talked about your title, and we talked about, you know, the motivation that got you there. What I was fascinated is, you know, I had shared with you that I was writing a book too. And there's a journey that happens with that when we finally get to the point in our life that we're ready to share something. And as an entrepreneur, because you're recently, up till recently, you were still working a full-time clinical career, because we had shared that moment too, that I used to be a healthcare strategist. And when you get ready to do something like a huge project like this, where did you tap into? How did you learn? You've never written a book before. What was your, you know, I know I'm asking for like a year's worth of a process, but what were like a few of the key points that you noticed? I'm going to get this book done by doing what? What were your habits that made it happen for you?
My habits, first, my motivation was my daughter. So I have 2 boys and my baby girl, and she's the youngest. So I went and dropped her off one day because I had to go to work at night because I'm a labor and delivery nurse. And I had to go back because I forgot something. And when I saw her eyes, she was so happy and excited to see me. And she's like, "Mommy," she's like, you know, and she's just hugging me and kissing me. And then when she realized that I had to leave because I was going to work, and her face just dropped, and she said, "Mommy, are you leaving me again?"
Yeah.
And that's when I knew, because I had started the journey of the book because I wanted to help others, right? Because this doesn't just help women, it helps just people in general, because it helps men to see a woman in her vulnerability and like, I'm trying to get through this, you know, do your part. But and it shows men like how they can be there and support us. But when her face just dropped, that made me know that I have to finish the book, because I did start it, and I started it like, yeah. And then because it's about your life, there's a part of it you're like, I'm not writing that. Nope, I'm not writing that. And Jesus was like, yep, you're putting that in the book because that's going to help someone. That's going to save someone's life. And I'm like, but that hurts. So I stopped. But then when that day happened and I saw my daughter's face, and I knew the freedom of writing this book would be able to help a little girl like her one day, not to make those same pathworks.
That sounds like your message, Nicole. It sounds like that's your inspirational message to women out there, is that pay attention to your children, because your children are watching you and they want more of you. So how do you make more time?
How do you make more time?
Yeah.
And the freedom of having this, and then the business sparked up, and an online course for single moms who just need help maneuvering one of the facets of their mindset, or spending more time with their children, starting up their businesses, getting out of toxic relationships safely. You know, we just have tools and strategies for each individual woman who goes through the program, and then just speaking engagements, just touching people and talking to people, and workshops. It's like, it's phenomenal. Like
that's your unstoppable Nicole, right?
Exactly. And the day the book hit,
so you had a business that you created. So you created the bucket, and then the book became part of it. The coaching became part of it. Right. And all of this has created the financial freedom then to what you're promoting, which within, and it's a great exit strategy. So you had your exit strategy to get out of your traumatic relationships, but you also had one on how you're going to have more time with your family, right?
That's right.
It's a powerful message. Powerful message. Well, I have really enjoyed getting to know you better. The Red Hawk, we are we are growing, you're growing. We are in, for those that are tuning in, we are in the Southeastern Virginia area, but we both service people nationally. And we both run successful consulting companies. But our big thing is we work with people that are ready for transformation, right?
That's right.
We keep it real. So
Yeah.
so when you were told through a mutual contact that you were supposed to meet me.
and then met you the very next day. And it was like, when you said your name and it was like Red Hawk, and I'm like, wait a minute. Like, it hasn't even been 24 hours since somebody was like, you need to know Elizabeth.
See, and that's divine.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think there's coincidences. I think that was divine.
Oh, no.
Because I actually was thinking I was saving the seat next to me. I had told you, and the lady was running late. So I had gone out of the room, come back, you grabbed the seat next to me. So this is a networking moment story I want people to realize here, is that when something like that happens, make sure you speak to the person next to you, because if I had if I just gone, good morning, hello, you know, and done my little thing, right? But instead I turned to you very shortly and said, hi, good morning, I'm Elizabeth. They call me the Red Hawk. And you were like, nice to meet you. I'm Nicole Henderson. And you're like, oh. And you said, I was supposed to meet you. I just connected with you. So I said, oh, you did? And I'm like, yeah. And then you pulled out of your purse the mutual card of the person that told us to get together. And that was Tanya. So, so then I immediately went back. We took our photo op. This is a great networking moment too for people to learn from. So we took an op picture of us together. And then we thanked the person that had the intuitiveness to say, hey, you two need to know each other, but we sure didn't plan on that in 24 hours.
Nope.
And the other thing is too, is the other networking moment too, and this is what you've done your whole life and I've done, you got to follow up with people. Right. So if you were blessed enough to be sitting next to the right person at the right time, you may be on an airplane, you may be in the grocery line, you may be getting your car serviced, but if there's something like a big connection like you and I had immediately, you need to pause and think, I'm supposed to do something more with this. So for example, you and I brainstormed on, you know what, let's do an interview together. Right. Let's talk a little bit more and let's share this powerful story of that when life brings you together and divine intervention brings you together, that good things are going to happen, and that you know, you give credit to God above and you say, you know what, this is powerful, and good people attract good people. And that's, and I think I told you my mantra, meaningful work with nice people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, and you are definitely one of them. So you have inspired me, and I appreciate all the wisdom you're sharing with me on your book journey. And you said people can Take It Back from Amazon.
Yes.
And they can also get a Kindle version if they'd rather have that.
Right. That's correct. And both of those are on Amazon.
Nice. Nice. And they can also go to your Unstoppable Nicole website. And Nicole is Nicole, not with an A.
Correct.
Yeah. So Unstoppable Nicole. And of course, I'm the Red Hawk. You can go to our YouTube channel if you want to have more videos with us. Go under Elizabeth Duncan-Hawker. You can hit subscribe. And if you hit the bell, bam, you're going to get more of these great videos. And we're just delighted to be together. We would love to hear, for the readers tuning in here and for the viewers today, we would love to hear, what is your input on this? What have you gleaned from this interview today? And what would you like to see more of? Because Nicole and I are running into different people. So if you've got that input, please put the comments below or reach out to both of us on social media.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. And if you loved our video, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell to be notified of our new Red Hawk tips, and see the description for details on how to subscribe to my free mailing list so you can be the first to hear about tips, events, and boot camps.